And they started following all these people, originally just students at Harvard, but then people who lived in tenements in Boston. And as everyone got married and had kids, they started following them. And they had these hypotheses. And what they wanted to figure out is, what is the correlate with future success and happiness, and most importantly, longevity, health? And they had these hypotheses. Again, this is like the 1910s, 1920s. They were like, you know, if you have a two-parent family, you're probably going to live longer than if you have a one-parent family. If you go to Harvard, you're probably going to live longer than if you didn't go to Harvard. And they studied all this stuff, you know, what careers people have, what they eat. And they found ultimately there was only one overwhelming thing that determined whether people were happy and whether they lived a long time, longer than average. How many connections they had to other people, particularly when they're 45. So there's nothing magical about 45, except that they would look at people at 45 and they found if you had twice as many friends, like people that you're actually engaged in a relationship with.
Like meaningful relationships.
A meaningful relationship, right. If you have twice as many of those people in your life, on average, you will live up to 20 years longer.
Wow.
And by the way, you'll end up being more financially successful. So then the question becomes, okay, so if we know that loneliness is a killer, it's equal to smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and we know that we need to have connections with people, how do we form connections? And part of it, as you know, we were talking about sports, you're an athlete, like part of it is you can go and do things with people, you can be on a team together, but the number one way that we create relationships, that we create connections, is through conversation.